Landon is with us in Charlottesville, Virginia. Hi, Landon. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for taking my call, Dave, and thanks for what you guys do.
Sure. Thank you. How can we help?
Yeah, my question's related to maybe a refinance type situation. My wife and I are fortunate enough, we paid off our primary residence this year, right before COVID hit, so that was a lot of peace brought to our house. But we still have a rental property that has about 40% debt tied to it, roughly $140,000. It's probably worth around $300,000. And so I've looked at maybe refinancing that to a 15-year note to reduce the rate, but since I would have to get a commercial product, that doesn't really necessarily make a whole lot of sense. But I wonder what your thoughts would be of maybe doing a cash-out refinance on my primary residence to get like a really good rate, roughly 2.5% on a 15-year note, then pay off the rental, which would then obviously significantly increase the cash flow and obviously allow us maybe to pay a house off a little bit quicker. I'm reluctant because I don't want to put the primary residence back under a mortgage. But,
ding, ding.
That's the last one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember that part where you said I had peace during COVID?
Yeah. No more peace.
I know. But
I remember that part. That was early in the conversation, but it still rings in my ears. It was a wonderful phrase. Yeah. And I would never steal that from you. You finally got there. I'd sell the rental before I did that. I don't want to sell the rental. What's your household income?
Around 150, give or take, but it varies.
So how fast are you going to pay off 140?
Yeah.
We got some money. I mean, if we put our nose to it, we could probably do it 3 to 5 years, probably.
You got some money. What's that mean?
Well, we've got a little bit of money. We've got like 40, 50 sitting in an account
that's not the emergency fund?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so now we only got to pay off 90.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
And what's the interest rate?
Yeah. Right now it's at around 5%.
Oh, whoopty-doopty. Just pay it off, dude.
Yeah, don't refi it, man. Don't refi it. Just go ahead and just pay it off. You got $90K at 150. You can have it actually paid off in about two and a half years.
Yeah.
3 to 5 years is too long for me.
$4,000 a month, and you're done in under 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, that answers that.
Yeah, and then the refinance cost makes the savings on the interest irrelevant because you're doing it so fast.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true.
Landon.
That's true.
Don't hang up the phone and refi your home.
Don't do that. He's not going to. So, Landon, let's kind of walk back through what we just did for you, and so you can do it again for you, and other people can too. You were using two parts of yourself to make the decision, and they were in conflict. Mm-hmm. Your heart and your head. Your heart's where you measure risk, and that's where you said, I was glad during COVID I had peace because I didn't have a mortgage. My head got over here and started doing math, and I'm trying to crunch these numbers and save on the interest rate.
Yeah.
Okay? And they got in conflict with each other. Now, when that happens with me, and both are valid ways of making a decision, but when they're in conflict with each other, something's wrong because they both have your best interest at heart. Yeah. No kidding. I mean, heart and head. But, I mean, they both have your best interest. Your heart and your head do. So one of the things I've learned to do is I learned to take the math and turn it into dollars, which is what I just did. I didn't do it physically on this call. But what we said was the amount of actual dollars that you're going to end up saving, given that we reduce this down to 90 and you're going to do it in 2 years or so, the amount of actual dollars saved by getting a 2 or a 3% versus a 5 is very small.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so it becomes not worth it when you shift your strategy around and you say, how can I have a math strategy and a heart strategy, a head and a heart strategy that are running parallel? And that's when it suddenly goes, it's a no-brainer. We know what to do here. The heart and the head are lined up. We measure risk in the heart. We do math in the head.
Yeah.
And so you got both of these things lined up and you're heading the right way. Yeah. And what happens is we either go heart.
Yes.
Or we go head. We go all about the emotions and the risk, and we can feel it all over here on one hand, and people make decisions only over there, and they don't do any math.
Right.
Well, that'll get you killed.
Right. Sure will.
Or they just do everything with the math, and they don't take into consideration, I just put my house back at risk, which he knew he wasn't going to do.
Exactly.
And he knew we're going to tell him to.
Nope. I would not tell him to. I'll actually scream at him. But this is your show. But Landon, here's the key thing, though. You said it. We have to put our heads down, and we have to go after it, okay? This plan that me and Dave just gave you will only make sense if you honestly just take these next 2 years and aggressively go after it.
Yeah, but he's making 150, 48. He ain't got any other bills.
Yeah.
That's a good rental. Keep that rental. I mean,
Yes.
because here, what's the end of this story? The end of the story, he's got to pay for a house, pay for a rental. Ding, ding. This guy's heading on millionaire status real fast.
Real fast. I like that.
Well done. Well done. Well done.